Many thanks for your company. We'll right now take you live to the headquarters of the Electoral Commission for their bi-weekly news conference on the voter registration exercise, the mass exercise which ended yesterday. In your shot there is the Deputy Chairperson of the Commission, Dr. Eric Bosman Asare.
Also, for the first time in the exercise, the Ashanti region has registered slightly more in this phase than the routine leader, the Greater Accra region. The work of our officials has been largely impressive. We are grateful to these young men and women who have adhered to the call to advance the cause of Ghana's democracy. Throughout the registration, there was an adequate supply. Throughout the registration, there has been adequate supply of critical materials. So far, nothing has come to the Commission's attention that these materials are not available, meaning that everything has gone very, very well. Since the Commission has announced the mopping up exercise for this Saturday and Sunday, the protocols will still apply at all the district offices of the Commission to protect applicants as well as our officials. The general public is hereby informed that all the regulations and laws governing the registration exercise during the main phases also apply during the mop-up exercise. Now let's talk about the challenge cases. One of the ways to guarantee the credibility of the voters register is the challenge process embedded in the registration exercise and captured in CI 91, Regulation 18. Although this is working well, we have heard of instances where agents of political parties intentionally abuse the process by challenging people in the strongholds of their opponents. Democracy thrives when all qualified applicants are given the opportunity to take part in the political process. Parties should continue to educate their agents to avoid preventing persons who are otherwise qualified to register and vote from doing so. Below are the details of the regional challenge cases. Western region so far has recorded 1,065 challenge cases, making up 0.1% of the total registered in the region. Western North, 1,317, 0.29. Central region is 3,454, 0.22. Greater Accra is 5,302, 0.15. Voter region is 3,290, constituting 0.3%. OT, 1,715, constituting 0.49%. Eastern region, 1,766, constituting 0.11%. Ashanti region is 3,922, constituting 0.13%. Bono region, 1,984, 0.31%. Ahafo, 1,155, 0.37%. Bono East, 1,134, 0.19%. Savannah, 796, 0.29%. Northern region is 2,169, 0.21. Northeast, 228, 0.08. Upper East, 919, 0.14. Upper West, 246, 0.05. So the national total is 30,462, constituting 0.2% of the total registered. From the table, it is clear that Greater Accra's 5,302, followed by Ashanti's 3,922, lead the pack in nominal terms. Nominal basically means we haven't adjusted it for the population size in these regions. However, in real terms, when the numbers are adjusted for the total registered per region, the leading regions with most challenge cases are, the first is the OT region at 0.49%, followed by Ahafo, 0.37%, Volta region at 0.36%, Bono at 0.31%, Western North at 0.29%, and Savannah at 0.29%. Interestingly, all these are border regions except Ahafo and Bono East. And when border regions are at play, clearly, it sends a signal that the citizenship of people are being challenged. So with the exception of Ahafo and Bono East, we have unusually high numbers in some of these areas. And these are things in future, as a commission, we have to understand why some of these places are recording so high. I mentioned that Greater Accra and Ashanti, they are leading. But when you look at it, that Greater Accra has registered over 3 million people. And Ashanti region has also registered almost 2.9 million people. Then what it means is that their challenge cases are insignificant compared to other regions of our country. Now, applicants without finger imprints. In the course of the registration, the Commission identified some applicants who have lost most or some of their finger imprints, making it extremely difficult for their fingerprints to be captured for verification purposes. The reasons for this are several, but they are largely rooted in their kinds of occupations, in the kinds of occupations of some of the applicants. Literally, some of them, by virtue of the work they do, they lose some of their finger imprints. For these applicants, their faces will be verified during the election to establish their identities. This is the facial recognition that the Commission has been talking about. In other words, as a Commission, we are determined to ensure that all those who will appear on December 7th to vote, they will be verified biometrically. Their fingerprints, or if you don't have the fingerprints, your face. So during this registration process, we've made sure that people's fingerprints are captured, and apart from that, we are also taking pictures of their faces, which is very, very important. In both real and nominal terms, the Upper East region leads with 9,137 cases, constituting 1.42% of the total voters registered in that region. With the exception of Ahafo, all the regions are in 4 decades. In other words, for the trauma cases, the numbers are high in almost all the regions. Western region has 2,742 of those cases. Western North, 1,224. Central, 2,484. Greater Accra, 7,092, constituting 0.20. So although the number in Greater Accra is so high, compared to the population, they are doing much, much better. The Volta region, we have 5,873. Oti, 1,586. Eastern, 3,162. Ashanti, 7,625. Bono, 3,009. Ahafo, 799. Bono East, 2,802. Savannah, 3,045. Northern region, 4,632. Northeast, 1,557. Upper East, 9,137. Upper West, 4,370. So these are things researchers must be interested in, because the Upper East is leading in both percentage terms per the number of people registered in the region, also plus the nominal figures. Now, regional figures and percentages registered so far. As at 6 August 2020, the Commission had registered a total of 16,663,669. These are provisional figures. Again, these are provisional figures nationwide. Since the last briefing, the 4 top regions have maintained their positions, though the Greater Accra region has especially lost some grounds in percentage terms, from 21.34% to 20.8%. The last time Greater Accra was 21.34%. Now they've moved down to 20.8% of the total registered. The Ashanti region also reduced marginally by 0.1% to its current 17.9%. Both the Eastern and the Central regions have maintained their previous 9.6% and 9.3% respectively. Among the remaining regions, the following have increased in percentage terms: Western, Western North, Upper West, Northern region, and Upper East. And the following have maintained their percentages: Ahafo, Bono, Bono East, Oti, Northeast, and Savannah. Only the Volta region reduced in percentage terms in this group. Now let's look at the total for each region. Western region, 1,103,728, constituting 6.6%. Western North, 458,416, 2.8%. Central, 1,547,991, 9.3%. Greater Accra, 3,466,751, 20.8. Volta, 920,309, 5.5%. Oti, 349,218, 2.1. Eastern, 1,598,571, 9.6. Ashanti, 2,980,475, 70.9. Bono, 644,224, 3.9. Ahafo, 312,186, 1.9. Bono East, 584,374, 3.5. Savannah, 278,746, 1.7. Northern, 1,029,395, 6.2. Northeast, 285,001, 1.7. Upper East, 644,605, 3.9. Upper West, 459,709, 2.8. Now let's move. So since the last briefing, the Greater Accra, Ashanti and Volta regions saw reductions in their percentages, whilst the other 13 regions either increase or maintain their previous percentages. Since only yesterday's registration figures are not added to the total registered, we do not expect so many changes in the various regions' percentage. Here, what we are basically saying is that we've noticed that as the phases are coming to an end, the numbers begin to reduce. So yesterday, for example, based on what was coming in, you realize that a number of the regions are coming down. So we do not expect to see so much changes as far as the positions of the regions are concerned. The Commission's main objective of compiling the new voters register was to ensure a credible and a clean voters register which will stand the test of time. So far, the numbers the Commission has registered is a testament to our mandate as an election management body that seeks to undertake the processes that will ensure we deliver elections that are free, fair, and meets international standards. A clean voters register is the basic foundation for ensuring that clean, credible, and transparent elections are delivered to the people of Ghana. The 2019 register, we've been hearing people are talking about the 2019 register, had a total of 16,845,420 voters. 16,845,420 voters. Apart from this, we also had 797,493 people quarantined, who were quarantined. In other words, they were prohibited from voting. These people were on the duplicates and the exceptions list. The political parties are aware of this. This list was gathered from 2012. People who tried to register double, so they were prevented from voting. And these people make up almost 800,000. So when this is added to the registered voters of 2019, what it means is that overall the total registered will be 17.6, a little over 17.6 million Ghanaians. Had the Commission maintained the old register and conducted a limited registration exercise in all electoral areas and registration centers across the country, we would have estimated to conservatively, that's at the minimum, add about 2 million Ghanaians onto the existing register. And I know this is basic mathematics. 16.8 plus 2 billion will give us what? 18.8. Is that not so? 18.8 million, a little over that. Potentially, without the compilation of the voters register, the Commission was on track to register some 19 million people, plus another 800,000 people who remain on the multiple exceptions list who previously were denied the right to vote. So without the compilation of the new register, the commission was on track to hit about 19 million with limited registration exercise. And don't forget that last year when we had the limited, it was confined to, I prefer to call it a limited form of limited registration, because we did it at the district offices and some selected electoral areas. So this year, we should do that in all electoral areas, all registration centers. At a minimum, the commission was looking at 2 million. So that would have meant that the register was going to hit about 19 million. And apart from the 19 million, there were 8 million Ghanaians who were on the list. 800,000 Ghanaians who were on the list, and because of that, they were prevented. If the commission had taken the decision to open up for all these people to register, then potentially we were on track to hit about 19.8 million to about 20 million Ghanaians. So what we are saying is that without the compilation of the new voters register, the commission was on track to register some 90 million people plus another 800,000 people who remain on the multiple list. This would have given us a total number of almost 19.6 million persons. Approximately 20 million had we maintained the old register and done the limited registration, as compared to the current figure of 16.63 million. Some 3 million difference. With the compilation of this register, those on the duplicates exception list from 2012 have had the opportunity to also register. And still the commission is well within about 52%, 53% of Ghana's population. In conclusion, the commission's objective of ensuring a credible register is on track. With an estimated population of 31 million Ghanaians, many experts will agree that a voter population between 50% to 55% of the total population for a country in sub-Saharan Africa like Ghana is completely acceptable. At the current rate, and after the registration is completed and the register is certified, taking into consideration the deduplication process, we may have around 53% of the population on the register. And just for the information of the general public, the deduplication process will identify people who have registered double or multiple. And it will also identify people who are minors. So all these people, their names will be expunged from the register. And according to the Ghana Statistical Service estimates, Ghanaians who are at least 18 years are 17,624,000, which is approximately 57% of the population. This means the numbers the commission are what we are registering, we are completely on track as far as the statistics of the country is concerned. In the next few days, when the entire process to certify the register is completed, the total number of registered voters will be announced to the general public. As we have been saying, for this platform, what we announce, they happen to be provisional. As a commission, we are pleased with what we have been able to do so far. And we are looking forward to the cooperation of all stakeholders for the success of all our 2020 activities. Once again, the media, we thank you for honoring our invitation. Thanks once again to all of you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bosman Eric Asari. That was very comprehensive. Now the floor is open. Okay.
There's one there already.
Now the rules. We will allow about 6 questions in all, and one media house, 1 question, as usual. There should be no double-barreled question, and please be precise and concise, go straight to the point. And make sure you stay within the context of what we are discussing here, specifically about the voter registration exercise. So the floor is open. You may come this way, please.
Good morning. My name is Yaobe Menu, the Ghanaian publisher. 2-in-1 question. First, so 2-in-1. First, for letting us know exactly what is happening from day one to now, I would say the Commission has done well. This is what I think every Ghanaian is looking for, that the transparency that will let us all know that there's no project or no hidden agenda by anyone. So, Madam Jane and the team, you have done well. My question really is an issue that Dr. Srebo raised yesterday, or was quoted as saying that when the borders are opened, people who were not able to register will come and register. And I ask myself, what exactly is the Commission trying to tell us? So I'm sure you can give us clarity to that point that he raised, and then the fears or the concerns of people will be addressed. Thank you.
My name is Joseph Akabla. I work with JoyNews. Doc, my question relates to the data analysis you carried out to point out the comparison with the population and showing how it relates. There are some who make the argument that if you consider that the borders were closed, and also you look at the fact that people are generally going to turn 18, wouldn't you concede that if those factors are considered and factored into your analysis, you will approach the same figure that will make it not so much different from the previous register?
My name is William Gento from Peace FM. My question has to do with the figures given so far. You have given us nice figures, which you have termed as provisional figures. I know civil society organizations would also come out to rate your performance. But in the meantime, how would the EC rate its performance? Thank you.
Last person who said, how does the EC, or how would the EC rate its performance? And as a law student in the faculty some 30 years ago, we had a term that we used frequently, and it was a Latin term that was res ipsa loquita. The matter speaks for itself. So I think that's the answer that the Commission will give you, that res ipsa loquita. The matter speaks for itself. And we will leave the good people of Ghana to judge the performance of the Commission. Thank you. I think the other questions will be addressed by Dr. Bosman.
I think the continuous registration, Mr. Obimenu, I think if you heard that the point was that the Commission was not saying that we'll open the borders for people to come and register. We have a plan in place. You know, this Saturday we have our mop-up registration, Saturday and Sunday. In the course of the month, we will come up with what is in the SIA called continuous registration. It's not dependent on people in the borders coming in. No, that's not what we do. Within our framework, there is a time within which everything must be completed so that we can put our register together. And this will be announced. But I want to assure you that it's not dependent on when people are coming or when people are leaving. This is something the Commission must look at its internal arrangement. So, you know, the media, when the Commission says something, they have a way of also spinning it. Then finally, Mr. Kable, the numbers, if the borders had also been opened, certainly the limited registration, that's why the numbers we quoted as 2 million was a conservative figure. We're looking at about, ideally it could have even gone to about 3 million. But we want to be on the side, the minimal side as much as possible. So those who are saying that if the borders have been open, we shouldn't forget that when borders are closed, some people would have gone out. So by the closing, I know there are many people here who would have traveled if not for the closure. So these are things that end up balancing out. Is that not so? So Mr. Blay, it affects both ways. People here want to go, others also want to come in. So when you look at the number, what the Commission is basically saying is that we shouldn't also forget that this Commission didn't begin this registration because we said the register was bloated. That wasn't. So it's only recently people have started talking about that. But we gave very cogent reasons regarding technology. That's why we decided to do that. But in the process, the numbers or the advantage of having an accurate rule has become an added benefit of what the Commission has been trying to do. Thank you very much.
Doc, since I want to find out again from your outfit whether or not there will be a time again in the conduct of election in Ghana where we may have to go through the process of registration again. Would this be the last official and mass registration, or there's more to come?
I think this commission has said that this is going to be the last time where we are going to compile a mass register like this. And even beyond that, the commission is anticipating that in future register compilation, that when we are adding people onto it, everyone will come with an identity document, which is the passport and the Ghana card. So that's why we want to do everything possible. The duplication process has been triggered. We want to make sure that all those who don't qualify to be on the roll are removed. We are doing everything possible to ensure that we have a register that is very credible, so that we won't come back to Ghanaians and say we are going to do that. But this commission has made that point very clear, that we are only going to be adding on to this particular register. So no new register, at least in the next foreseeable future. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I don't know whether there are any further questions, but in the absence of any question, may I respectfully, Madam, I don't know whether you have a few words to say. Okay, so also soon we've come to the end of another edition of Let the Citizen Know. At this juncture, I would like to call on Mr. Lawrence Sarpong, Director Administration, to say a word of prayer.
Shall we be in a prayer mood? Our Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for this success that you have guided us to chop. We are most grateful, and we thank you for the life of all of us gathered here, particularly the life of the chairperson, her lieutenants, and the entire commission. We thank you for the life of the temporary staff and all individuals, stakeholders who have supported this cause, that today we are giving you glory and honor for the success that you have showed. We haven't finished yet. There are a lot of activities and programs ahead of us. We want to commit those activities also into your hands. Exhibition is ahead of us, nominations through to the elections itself. We pray that at every stage, you will grant the leadership, the wisdom and knowledge to be able to chart the right path, so that at the end of the day, this country of ours, and which we know is yours, you will grant us a peaceful and a successful election. As we live here, Lord, order our steps to our various destinations, so that at the end of the day, when we get home, we will give you glory and honor wherever we find ourselves. We thank you and we bless your name for an answered prayer. Amen.